Last night, EA made arguably the biggest mistake in FUT history, and they are silent. I'm sick and tired of nobody ever calling EA out, so that's what this video is. And I'll also include the Twitter discussion that I had with Bateson87, so let's get into it. So for those of you that don't know what happened last night being Saturday the 8th of October at 6 PM, EA released a tradable hero pack in the store for 25k. Now, this is just one of the biggest mistakes they've ever made. It wasn't meant to be tradable, and it's meant to be worth probably 75 or 85k, because that's what the untradable Team of the Week pack was worth. Now, here is the big issue. First of all, absolutely killed the hero market. And when I say killed, I mean they decimated it. Ginola went from 2.3 million all the way down to 1 million. And this is actually just a 15-minute period from 6 o'clock until 6:15. And they just completely killed the whole hero market. The second issue with that is that traders that had liquid coins just made an absolute killing, because all the heroes dropped probably more than 50%. The traders just bought them all up, and since then the market has rebounded and they've just absolutely cashed in, and they've made millions of coins just because of EA's mistake at 6 PM. And for those of you who aren't on Twitter, basically Twitter blew up. Everyone was complaining besides the people that actually either got to open the pack or just made loads of money from it. Because of this, I started a discussion with Bateson, arguably one of EA's biggest game changers, after this tweet that he put out at 9 minutes to 7. I quote, "I understand why people were peeved, the ones who didn't open it, but taking it out on me isn't fair. Lol. I bet I'm not the only one who got Ginola, and I opened it thinking it was a loan, not a full-on proper one. I would have been happy with anything. Draft to Glory, I got Crouch. Still a W." Now, here is my issue with that tweet. First of all, I've got to say I don't know why people are actually taking out on Bateson. He doesn't have anything to do with the way that the business is run, and he doesn't drop content at 6 PM, and I fully understand that. But the thing is, with this tweet, he surely knew he was going to get some form of abuse, because the first thing he does is, "Oh, by the way, I got Ginola from it." And the moment you do that, you just know you're going to receive hate. If you don't know that you're going to receive hate when name dropping the most expensive hero, unfortunately there are some people in this community that just think Game Changers packs are rigged and that they get better cards than everyone else. I mean, that just isn't true, because it'd be highly illegal. EA would be sued for billions, because it goes against about 15 different laws. Every country would go against them. It wouldn't be good for their reputation. So you can push that out of the park. It's just the fact that he name drops the most expensive hero and wonders why there's a form of backlash. The second part that just utterly bewilders me, he's saying that he would genuinely pay 25,000 coins for a lone hero card. This is someone who has put over 6 grand's worth of FIFA points from day one. From day one. There is no way that someone like Bateson would need a lone hero card for content. Because you'll see this tweet in a second where he claims that he just needs lone icons and heroes for content, but I'm sorry, you're not paying 25k when you literally have millions of coins. You can buy whoever you want. There is no way. Just have a day off, please. It's so unfathomable that it's just unbelievable to me and anyone who's read it, because it's just, there's no way you're paying 25k for a loan card. No one is doing that who's in their right mind. And then the final part of the tweet is saying, on the Draft Glory account, I only got Peter Crouch. Now, it doesn't say that, but that is definitely what's implied, because you've name dropped Ginola, and then you're saying, oh, well, I only got Crouch on the second account. There is no way that you would have been happy with anything. I'm sorry, if you opened a 25k tradable hero pack, and you got Campos twice, you are not going to be a happy bunny. So now, on the screen, you can see the screenshot from the second or third part of the thread, technically. But the first tweet from me is basically just saying what I just said, but in a far shorter way, because you're capped by what you can say on Twitter. And then the reply from Bateson, for me, it is a W. I need lone icons or heroes for content. Might not be a W for anyone else, but for me it is. So I then replied, clearly shows you literally buy anything from the store if it's for content then, and 25k means nothing to you on FIFA. You're a game changer, but you only care about yourself and your content. Yes, you have to make a living, but isn't your role to improve the game for everyone? And personally, I think I haven't said anything wrong there. I think that the fact that he's saying is a big W for me, it may not be for anyone else. I mean, yes, Bateson, it definitely isn't a big W for anyone else, because spending 25k for a loan card, just don't be silly. Don't pretend that anyone else on this game would do such a thing. For a loan card, why would you spend 25k? You can buy so many cards on the market for 25k that are already better than half of these heroes. So why would you do that just for content? And my point about him being a game changer is the fact that he's just saying, well, look at how I've benefited. I have benefited because of a pack that I thought was a loan, but it's actually tradable. So now I've got a player who's worth over 1 million coins, but oh, I thought it was a loan. It's very much me. There's no, I can't believe that this has happened. Something should be given back to the community. It's just, well, I benefited and that's it. So the next part in the thread, Bateson replied to me saying, my main job is a content creator. It's what supports me and my family, so yes, I would. But as a part of the creator network, I do fight for changes and make them aware of mistakes as well. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. So I replied, publicly call them out. You only have to at them. Is that really too hard to ask for? You'd get more positive responses because the community would actually feel like you've shown some concern for everybody, not just yourself. Fair point, no? So looking at the first part of Bateson's reply, yes, I fully understand. You are a content creator and you have to make a living for your family. At the end of the day, that's the point where I want to get to, so that I no longer have to work a 9 to 5, because I thoroughly enjoy making content. But to say that you would open a pack that is just so overpriced just for content, no one's going to watch that video. I would love to know how many people would watch a pack opening of a lone hero card. I'm sorry, you're not getting more than like 10,000 views, even with your following. No one wants to watch that, and if they do, I am utterly bewildered. The second part is about being a part of the creator network, and he's saying that he pushes for changes, which I'm sure he does, because I would hope that all the game changers do that, as that's part of your job. But the fact that you supposedly tell them their mistakes, for me, I find that very worrying. These are grown adults that run a business worth billions. If they can't tell when they've made a mistake, then I'm sorry, but FIFA is just done for as a game. And the whole reason that I even say about publicly calling them out is because EA just never hold their hands up and say, we're sorry, we made a massive mistake, here's some compensation. They never ever do that. Instead, what FIFA Direct Communication tweeted out was about people getting the wrong item in their pre-order ones to watch pack, which is just completely ludicrous, because they're just trying to sweep it under the rug and pretend that there weren't a few 100,000 people that got their hands on a tradable hero pack for only 25,000 coins. So after I said about publicly calling out EA, this is the response I got from Bateson. Why would I do that when I can speak to them directly? Nothing's lost in translation that way. I understand people want it done publicly, but genuinely doesn't work like going direct. Same with everything in life. All publicly tweeting does it get retweets and likes. It doesn't get to the person who it concerns and can get it fixed. Now, my big issue with what has just been said, surely tweeting at EA is the exact person that needs to be contacted. Because if you're saying that the content is genuinely dropped by one person and not the company, then I'm amazed. Because if you genuinely have one person who's in control of all content, then it's always just going to be a mess. It's always going to be a mess because there's no quality control. And I find the fact that saying going direct is the best way, and it always has been, that is just completely ludicrous. And you'll see my next tweet that basically says going direct has no effect, because even if you do directly contact FIFA Direct Communication, you will never ever get anything back. And this is the final tweet in the thread from me, because I never got a response from it afterwards. I said, wouldn't getting retweets actually shine a light on the issue though? Star Wars Battlefront 2, also made by EA, when they created the loot box pay to win, the internet showed disdain towards it and EA swiftly changed it. But according to you, only an individual can have an effect. Now, for me, this is why when I said in the previous segment that this tweet basically says, funnily enough, if people band together, then companies normally change their tune. As I said, Star Wars Battlefront 2 had a massive controversy. EA lost millions of pounds. Disney were not very happy with them, and they had to change it before launch. Now, EA Sports FIFA will never ever hold their hands up to just anything. For some reason, they're just afraid of backlash. And it's ironic because they get more backlash because they're afraid of getting backlash. More people would actually have a more positive view on EA Sports FIFA if they just did things correctly. If they said, we're sorry, we made a mistake. Everyone can have a tradable hero pack for 25k, because then we've leveled the playing field once again. I personally don't think I'm asking for too much. It's just to make the game balanced once again. Admit to your mistakes. Give everyone what some people have the chance to get, because if once you've put it back in the store and people decide not to take it, then that is on them. But everyone should have the same chance. Because if you were on the game at 6 PM, you have benefited massively if you looked in the store and spent 25k on a tradable hero pack that should never ever have even been released. For me, it's completely wild that they were even thinking about giving a hero pack this early on. We're literally just over a week into this game cycle and they're already trying to give us heroes. That's just ludicrous in itself. And I want to reiterate that this isn't a personal attack on Bateson. I just want to show the difference in opinion that a big content creator has and a small content creator like myself, because Bateson's view is very much, I benefited, my content's going to benefit, but for someone like me, us as a community have either missed out on getting a hero that improves our team massively, and us as a community have missed out on making hundreds of thousands of coins because such a small section of the community has. And it's not jealousy of any type, because ultimately I was still at work, so that's just a part of life. It is more the fact that some people have benefited from EA's mistake, and then a lot of people haven't had the chance or the opportunity to even open the pack because of things like time zones. So there were people that were sleeping, so they wouldn't even know until they woke up and saw all the commotion on Twitter and websites like Footbin. And for me, I just think that everyone in the community should have the exact same chance to prosper in this game, but EA just do not make the game like that, and it is my biggest issue with EA Sports FIFA. I would like to thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, drop a like, comment down below letting me know what you think about this entire situation, and if you agree with me or disagree, I'd love to hear your feedback. Hit that subscribe button to not miss out on any FIFA 23 content, but for now, I'll see you in the next one.